Good morning. It's Robin Fritz. It's Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. Good morning. It's Coffee and Cosmos with Robin at Om Times Magazine. Thank you for joining me this morning on a hot, sunny day in Seattle, Washington. So today I'm going to take one free, quick, intuitive, and healing reading. The first person to put a question in, please, I will happily take your question. For the rest of you, please call into my radio show Mondays at 2 p.m. Pacific at Om Times Radio, the practical, intuitive mind, body, spirit for the real world. So welcome again today to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. So I want to talk today, a person, free quick reading, but I also want to talk today about the first and most important job of our intuitions. I am an intuitive and spiritual consultant and certified past life regression specialist. So my job is really to help you tap your own intuitive and healing abilities, because we are all intuitives and healers, and we just haven't really learned to fully tap and utilize those skills. So that's what I made my work. Okay, Christine, you're the first question on career guidance. So let me just jot this down and thank you. So today I'm taking Christine Aldous Polium, and all of the rest of you, thank you so much for wanting a reading and for joining the reading in our show today. And please, again, send questions for readings and healings to my radio show, The Practical Intuitive Mind, Body, Spirit for the Real World. So today I want to talk just a few minutes about the most important job our intuition has. And a lot of us will think, hello everyone, and those of you in Oregon, are you in the path of the eclipse in a couple weeks? That's really, really cool. So we think our intuition and our healing abilities is a spiritual thing. And in many ways it is, because our job in our bodies is to grow our souls. But the first job of our intuition and healing abilities is self-care, is to take care of our bodies. And that means we need to be extremely practical about what we're doing with our bodies. So I'm speaking from a position of having been handicapped and disabled for many years and having to come up with solutions, which is how I am doing what I am today. So while I firmly believe in the benefits of modern medicine, including surgeries if necessary, I really totally believe in the other things that we can do to support ourselves. So one of the things that I'd like you to do today is to think about the additional things, the wellness tips, supplements, chiropractic care, which we talked about yesterday on my show, massage, yoga, and really this concept that my spirit guides have talked about, the concept of sacred play, of having fun in your daily life and using that to spur your creative imagination. From Malta. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you all for joining in. Interrupted. I'm not sure what that means, Helga. But today I want to hold up my crystal, Fallon, the citrine Lemurian quartz, and I want to do a quick guided meditation with you. So think about, if you will, the idea that your intuition and your healing abilities, which are natural to you as your birthright as human beings, focusing on the practical daily aspects of keeping your body, mind, and spirit healthy and balanced. So think of the word practical as I guide you through a quick meditation and connection with Fallon. This is citrine Lemurian quartz, an ancient power crystal, and you can see my lavender in the background. That's one of the things I do for practical, balanced, healthy living in my household. So you take a deep breath. Imagine that you're connecting with Fallon's energy in the way your intuition works most strongly. And take your attention to the top of your head. And really just close your eyes, because you you'll know that Fallon's energy is with you. But as we run down your body and rapidly clear your energy and balance your body and your chakras, notice where you're feeling tense or tight or just not quite yourself. And ask your body, your own intuitive and healing abilities, to clear that out. So starting at the top of your head, breathe down your face, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your hips, your knees, and your feet. The top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And as you do that, you breathe deeply, feel yourself getting grounded and balanced. Notice where something might feel stuck. You might want to just shake it out, or just invite your intuition and your healing abilities to sort that out. And then starting with your feet, move up to your knees, your hips, your solar plexus, your chest, your shoulders, your throat, your communication chakra, your third eye, and your crown chakra. So you'll notice in this brief time with us today that your crown chakra, you might feel a little lightheaded, it might feel wide open, and that's pretty typical with working with this powerful crystal, Fallon. So back to Christine. Frank, that's a wonderful question. How do you attune intuition for spiritual and personal development? I actually have a webinar coming up on that next month, so tune in for that. But one of the things that you can do as you do a meditation like this, and if you have a crystal, I highly recommend it. I'm going to talk about, again, my favorite crystal besides Fallon, of learning to run through your body and literally asking yourself, is it me or something else? And that really what everything starts with is being complete and alone and separate in your body, so that you're aware of what's going on outside, and then can get yourself balanced and grounded so that your intuition and your healing abilities can tap in. So thanks for that question, and I will be covering that more in upcoming webinars. Christine, you were asking for career guidance, and the first thing that came to my mind on that is the concept of sacred play, which I want to devote an entire Facebook Live to coming up. But essentially the concept of sacred play is doing work, and that could be fun, not just your career work, but your daily work, that invites a sense of sacredness and connection to your body, mind, and spirit, and to the world around you. And this concept was taught to me by professional athlete spirit guides who were there saying, hey, what you do for work, you have to enjoy, and we can enjoy everything. I'm so in awe of grocery clerks and my car mechanic, because they just adore what they're doing. They adore the connection with the public. They enjoy their hands-on work. So Christine, look first for something that just really makes you go, oh, wow, that sounds like fun. And then ask yourself, as you breathe that sounds like fun, breathing that into your body and allowing it to relax into your body. See how that feels when you tap into other prospects. So you feel this great sense of relief and excitement. So then where does that go? What have you been trained to do academically or in trade school? Does that interest you? Why or why not? And actually keep a list of pros and cons of each thing that you're looking at career-wise. Because, your intuition is there to guide you, but you also have these practical daily things to apply. What interests you? Why does it interest you? Why does a certain area not interest you? For example, I'm not at all interested in being a mechanic. That doesn't interest me, but I'm in awe of the people who do that. So what's the difference there? What I'm interested in is writing, is connecting with people on the intuitive and spiritual level. And so that's where I've gravitated towards my career. So what excites you, and what what propels you forward? What do you think about when you first get up in the morning? And when you go to bed at night, Christine, here's another thing. When you go to bed at night, ask your spiritual team to come in and help resolve and healing and give you ideas of things that appeal to you, and allow those healing energies to pop in during the night. And so when you wake up in the morning, jot down the first things that come to you. And it could be images. I mean, if your intuition runs towards seeing things, you may see an image of someone out jogging, for example. Maybe you're then interested in fitness, or someone doing yoga poses. And so see what I'm saying? What are the first images that come to you? And then what do those images mean to you? And then see how that relates to what you might be looking for your career. And I'm seeing a few blocks ahead of you, and one of those blocks is other people. I'm not sure what specific job you're in. Well, it's a given that most of us in our jobs do interact a lot with other people. I'm feeling a little bit like the direction that you're going in has a lot of people there around in that business area that you don't resonate with on a spiritual level, which is fine, but it may not, because we don't resonate with everyone around us, but it may be something that adds to your block. So you might look around and see what the mindset is of the people who are working in that area have. So you can go to work for a company that believes in supporting its employees. What comes to mind is the gentleman whose fleece factory burned down and he continued to pay his employees. That's a mindset of supporting everybody in the community that really appeals to me. So look at that. Look at the mindset of the people around you. Look at how you would feel about that career in 5, 10, or 15 years. Keep a notebook of the pros and cons and go from there. And then drop me an email at robin@robinfritz.com and let me know how that works for you, or call into my radio show at the Practical Intuitive Mind, Body, Spirit for the Real World at Om Times Magazine, or at Om Times Radio, on Mondays. So self-healing of the body, health or healing for MS. Jody, I am sorry that you are suffering from MS. Larissa, hi. Jody, I'm really sorry that you're suffering from MS. That is a horrible condition. I have something similar to that, not as dramatic. And one thing that worked for me is working with a functional medicine specialist. So see if you could find a functional medicine specialist in your area. But this brings to mind, too, a lot of the healing modalities that I tried over the years. I've been handicapped and disabled for many years. And for 15 years, I couldn't work. So, Jody, I understand how you're feeling. And I had to literally tap into all the alternatives out there. And one of the problems with that is that when we're ill, when we're down, we tend to gravitate towards anything that promises help, and run those promises through your internal filtering system. Sit back and let your intuition tell you, does this make sense to me or not, and why or why not, and let that go. These questions on self-healing and so on, I am going to jot down and use for upcoming webinars. Hello from Vegas. Yes, those are all wonderful things. If you're feeling vegan, vegan doesn't work for me, but it does work for a lot of people, and that's a good thing to try. Go into a grocery store and see what foods appeal to you, what don't, and take one of each, and then go through the whole experience of exploring them and sampling them and deciding. If that grapefruit didn't appeal to me, as you eat it and you feel it internally, analyze how that feels, and you'll start to get a feel for what your intuition and your natural healing abilities are helping you to do. So you decided to surrender to self-care, and what a difference. I'm so happy. Yes, it is intense. It is strange. But it is to let go and enjoy the process. Worrying may be a waste of time, but it's pretty normal for all of us. So, Joni, you're an inspiration to all of us, and thank you for joining in on that with those kind remarks of yours. Because we all, when we're down, when we're not feeling well, and I know because I went through this for many years, depression can set in, and it's like, is it ever going to get better? And yes, we hope it does. And there are no certain answers in life. And that's why I urge people to take charge of their own situation. I got to the point where none of the medical community even understood what was going on with me, because the diagnosis was still several years in the future for what was afflicting a number of us. And I took charge of it on my own. Some things are really set in concrete, so to speak, and we can't really completely resolve. But our attitude towards it, what we learn from it, and I'm not saying pain is something that we should welcome. It's something that happens. And in my mindset, it was like, okay, so what do I do next? What can I do to lead as normal a life as possible? And how does that affect the other people around me, including my animal family? Larissa, it does get better, and you should know you suffered a lot too, and I appreciate you chiming in here. Hopefully it does. I meet a lot of people who are suffering from severe issues, and I'm sorry to see that. And I wish you all peace and and I want to say acceptance, peace and growth on your journey, and learning to incorporate it. And one of the things that I did is spontaneous past life regressions, and I learned how much that gave me, how much insight a past life regression gave me. And so that's how I became a certified past life regression specialist. But I learned that I was having similar issues 500 years into my past. So for those of you who are dealing with certain issues now, what is it in your current life that you could alter, that you could make yourself feel better? And I did a whole lot of things in my home, from the bed that I slept in, to my desk chair, to my office setup, which may be awkward for Facebook Live, but totally suits my body. All of the furniture, all of the food that I eat, and the water that we drink, everything is geared towards what is supporting my personal body. So I urge all of you to look at that. So I want to take a quick moment now to talk about the crystal of the week. And again, I've covered this one before, but it's still my favorite, and it's still really an important crystal for my personal healing. If you can find it, I highly recommend it. It's called columbite. See how closely I can hold this. Okay, so it looks like an opening rose, and it just happens to be how this rock is shaped. Columbite. Let me see if I can type that in here. Columbite is the most powerful grounding and protection stone that I know of. And when I was first learning to reconnect with weather and land systems and to do my work as an intuitive and spiritual consultant, I really use this stone for grounding and balancing. So any one of you who has health issues, please consider a grounding and balancing crystal. Like columbite. Other people like obsidian or jet, or black tourmaline is popular. It's not one of my favorites, but again, that's for you to determine in your own system. But what a grounding and protection crystal will do is help keep you balanced and keep you in your body and moving through the blockages that are holding you back. Do all issues get resolved? No, because we have sometimes severe physical issues, like our reader here with MS. Those are severe physical issues. We do the best we can, and we grow and learn from our experiences. The universe is not out to get you. You have more challenges, and I certainly did too. I had more challenges than other people, and you just continue to move past them. So Crystal of the Week, Columbite, is a really good clearing. Norman, I invite you and all others to call into my radio show at the Practical Intuitive Mind, Body, Spirit for the Real World, Monday at Om Times Radio. I can do more readings there than I can here. I'm pretty much limited to about one reading a week here at Facebook Live without overwhelming everyone and not actually covering what they need to hear and feel for that particular day. So let me tell you about, oh, it is a beautiful day, Catherine. Thanks for joining us. So I would like to tell you about some of the webinars that I have coming up, and you can find them at the Om Times Experts platform, and it's experts at, I'm afraid to touch anything because I tend to make Facebook go down. Experts at omtimes.com/Robin Fritz. It's ROBYNFRITZ. And what that will do is take you to our Learn It Live platform at the Om Times Institute. And I have 3 webinars coming up in August. And I thought, okay, August is deep summer for most of us here. Obviously not in Australia, but for right here in the Northern Hemisphere in North America, we're having fun in the summer. So one of my favorite things is animal communication. So my upcoming 3 webinars in August are at 4 Pacific time, which is 7 Eastern time. And next Thursday, August 17th at 4 o'clock, I'm doing a short, fun webinar on get ready for animal communication. So if you have an animal family and you're interested in animal communication, this is a short but practical and free webinar on tips that I want you to put into practice during the coming week so that when you join the paid webinar the following week, we can hit the ground running and each of you can take that time in the paid webinar to learn how to connect with your animal family. So Thursday, August 17th, get ready to talk with your animals. Get ready for animal communication. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then on Wednesday, August 23rd, is animal communication in their animal families, where each of you will connect with one of your animal family members, alive or deceased. But it's a lot more fun to do the alive animals in this webinar. The webinar is $30, and you will share what you learned during the week, and I will share my insight into your situation and your animals, and we'll have a lot of fun connecting with our own animals and each other's, and you'll be surprised how much fun it is and how you can actually do that. And then towards the end of the month, on Thursday, October 24th, I have a webinar. It's $50. It's Experience a Past Life Regression. Yes, during the webinar, you will actually experience a past life regression. Plus, I'm going to talk about what a past life regression is, how the different modalities work. Because there's intuitive insight. There are several shamanic modalities. And then there's soul regression hypnotherapy, which is a more modern medical model based on hypnotherapy. And it is totally awesome, where your soul knows more about your past lives, obviously, than any intuitive. And we will talk about the pros and cons of each of those past life regression modalities and actually experience a past life regression to one of the best previous lives you've had. So it'll be a lot of fun. So August 17th, get ready for animal communication. The 23rd is an animal communication webinar, and the 24th is Experience a Past Life Regression. So if you have topics that you would like me to include in upcoming webinars, please type them in here, or please go to my website, or to email me at robin@robinfritz.com, ROBYNFRITZ.com. And that's how you can find me on Facebook here. If I can type, that's my personal page. Oh, that's not right. Okay. Ah, there it goes again. All right. I just can't type and talk on Facebook at the same time. So thank you all for joining me today. And I will have links up here in a little bit on what we're doing, but also at the experts.omtimes.com at Robin Fritz. Okay. You can also find my other 3 webinars. Meet the Practical Intuitive, which talks more about the work that I do and how it benefits you. And my webinar on soul progression clearing, which is a healing modality that uses intuition to identify blockages that may be holding you back, fears or phobias, or anything that's any sort of attachment that's keeping you from being your best self, clearing that out and then filling you back in with healthy energy. So today I'd like to go straight towards healing energy with the goddess as we close out our half hour together. But a few things. If you appreciate the experts coming onto the Om Times Magazine page, please like the Om Times Magazine page. We really appreciate it. Please go to my Facebook business page, The Practical Intuitive, Robin M. Fritz. Like my page. You're welcome to send me personal Facebook friend requests. But the more support we get there, the better we are able to help you. Send in questions and comments or requests for readings. Call in live to my radio show on Mondays at 2 at Om Times Magazine. And so here's what you can get. Animal communication, readings, obviously, we're covering that in the next few weeks. Mediumship, talking with deceased family and animals. Personal and business intuition, even short 15-minute readings at my website. Space clearing, we're going to be talking about clearing yourself and your space. And then the spiritual things like intuitive, like past life regression, between life regression, spiritual awakening, and spiritual journeys. My work is to help you tap your abilities as an intuitive and healer, because it is your birthright, it is your natural ability. And the more we can do to support each other, the better the world will be. And remember, even when you're feeling down, even when you're dealing with an illness or a job crisis, the world needs you in all of your glory and all of your personal power to stand up and be the best that you can be. And we are here to support you with that. So as we close today, I'd like you to share with me a healing energy technique that I learned from a goddess, a real goddess. And she taught this to me while she was working with a piece of land that I was helping to clear. So if you cross your hands, put them on your heart, and breathe into your palms of your hands. And imagine there too that you're breathing in the powerful, what I call alchemical energy of the universe, the ancient DNA of the universe, which is sentient. Breathing that in, breathing into the palms of your hands, and then holding them out to the world as I'm sending to you all the healing energy that alchemical energy can offer for you to use, and the energy to work with you for your best and highest good. And then cross your hands again on your heart. Breathe deeply into your palms of your hands. And then breathe. Breathe. Feel the air breathing into your palms, and then put them back on your heart. And what you've just done is give yourself a boost of healing energy straight from the goddess herself. And do this during the day when you feel a need to be better grounded and balanced. And let me know next week. Again, I'll be here every Tuesday at 11 o'clock Pacific time. Let me know how that works for you. Again, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being here at Home Times Magazine. And I will look forward to questions and comments and to the opportunity to do more readings on my regular radio show every Monday. So please connect with me there too. Thank you for joining me today. We'll talk again next week.